So, would you rather your life look like this?
To make simple decisions. More often than not, this causes employees to sink into depression.
Exploitative companies. I'd hate to work for one of those.
Or like this?
Sweet! 3 years worth of cleaning finished.
Now, I know what you're thinking. No, it's not a trick question. But it's something I really want you to think about. Because oftentimes we want to live a life full of happiness and fulfillment. And more often than not, it's not something that we really get to choose. Well, no more. Because in this video, I'll be going over how exactly we can live a fulfilling life. And through the eyes of Akira Tendo from Zom 100, we'll get to see really that whole process, going from being depressed and living a life that you really don't want to enjoying every moment that you possibly can. And at the end of the video, I'll show you exactly how you can enjoy your life while you're building your ideal one. What's going on, guys? My name's Nate, the Liberated Otaku, and I'm on a mission to help equip my fellow Christian anime lovers with the skills and tools that they need to crush their limiting beliefs and really to step into everything that they were meant to be. So imagine this. Imagine yourself back in elementary school, I don't know, first, second grade maybe, and we hear this question all the time. What do you want to be when you grow up? Now, if you're anything like me, I'm sure you probably said something cool, like, I want to be a police officer or, be a doctor or an astronaut. Well, I guess in my case, I said a paleontologist because I love dinosaurs, but that doesn't pay the bills. But anyway, and there's always these cool sounding first thing that come to your mind, but you never really give that question the amount of attention that it probably deserves. So I want to ask you that question again now. What is it that you want to be when you grow up? Yes, even if you are, 30, 40 years old with kids, you still have a chance to grow up. And I'm sure you would like to live the dream life that you want. And honestly, for me, I'm still trying to figure that part out. But Akira, he knew exactly what he wanted, or at least he thought he did. See, for the longest time, he just admired and always dreamt of working at this, I guess, like a commercial branding type of company where, they make commercials for other products and things like that. And honestly, it was always his dream to work there. Until he got there and he realized just how abusive this company really was. I mean, I'm talking about working for days on end without ever going home, sleeping in the office, and just waking up in the middle of the night to try to get his work done. And on top of all that, he worked for about 3 years without ever taking a break. And as someone who just got through taking a week-long break myself from work, there's no way, absolutely no way that I would ever let that happen to me. But to each their own. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of us who can resonate with how Akira's feeling. Or maybe your job isn't quite that bad, but it's still not exactly where you want it to be either. See, what I've come to realize is that we actually have to create our own fulfillment in our life. And honestly, how that looks to you is, well, it's up to you, right? Yeah, all of us are unique, all of us are different, and all of us have different ways that we want to live our life. Some people's dream life filled with fulfillment is, I don't know, being rich and famous one day, right? Maybe being the star athlete on some professional team. And for others, maybe it's just living a quiet life on the countryside with, your wife, your husband, kids, the white picket fence, the whole, good old American dream, right? And neither one of those are wrong. It's all in what you value. Whatever the answer is, I want you to write it down. Because what I found is that when we take the time to write down our dreams, that they become, real in a sense. It's no longer just trapped in your mind, and it just feels like it's unobtainable. the moment that you write it down, that you get to see it each and every day, it does something to you. It makes it feel like, yeah, I can do this. This is something that I can actually achieve. And whether it's like an actual like blueprint or schematic of a rocket ship or whatever it is with that level of detail, or it can be something as simple as like Akira's list of 100 things that he wants to do before becoming a zombie. So whatever it is, the important thing to remember is just don't overthink it. Just write it down, because having a vision is the first step in having a fulfilling life. Now, I said it's the first step. It's not the only step. But unfortunately, for so many of us, myself included, we get stuck in the first step. We get stuck visualizing and imagining what that life will look like. You know, we think about all the possible ways we can get there, you know, how good it's going to be. And then we just never actually start. And that's honestly part of the problem. At least for me. Maybe I'm talking to myself. But if not, you know, type it down in the comments below if you resonate with this feeling. Because I know for me, I get stuck in my head for good and for bad, right? Whether I'm overanalyzing and being fearful, or I'm just romanticizing what could be. And once reality actually hits, then I'm like, oh man, what do I do? And I know, you know, as Christians, as believers, we're taught, you know, to walk by faith and not by sight, just believe in what God says, which is true. But let's be honest, it's nowhere near as easy as people make it sound to be, at least for me. Now, Akira, on the other hand, makes it look incredibly easy. Because when I tell you, from the moment that he made his list, he set out to start crossing off items, nothing was going to stop him, not even a zombie apocalypse. I mean, he had so many things that he wanted to do, from confessing his love to the girl that he liked, to even getting dreadlocks, because I guess he liked dreadlocks for whatever the reason may be. But what I admired the most about Akira was his determination. He didn't let anything get in his way of accomplishing his goals, no matter how crazy and far-fetched they may seem. And honestly, that's not as uncommon as you may think. Honestly, it's kind of like a superpower that we all have, or at least that we all can cultivate. Because just think about it in real life. And most of, if not all of the most successful people in the world have this same type of drive within them. You know, they don't just sit there and think about their dreams. They get out there and work towards them. You know, day in, day out, whatever the grind set may look like. But at the end of the day, they're going to accomplish what they set out to do. So the thing that they figured out, the key that we're missing, is the understanding that being intentional is the driving force behind having a fulfilling life. Meaning that once we write down our vision and our goals, we actually have to go out and do them, but not just do them willy-nilly, right? Have a plan of action. And that doesn't mean being perfect 100% of the time, or, you know, just going full throttle all the time. It's just about, you know, taking it one day at a time, doing your best, try to win the day. You know, what are the steps that you can take to start working towards these goals that you have, so you can actually live out the vision that you have for your life? Let's be honest. When was the last time you actually accomplished something the first time that you tried it? I mean, the very first time. Like yesterday, you never heard of it, and today you're a master. Never, right? As much as we would like to, it's just not possible for us. And honestly, just like building any other thing in life, whether it's physically building like a house or something, or building up your skill sets, building your ideal life is going to take time. It's going to take a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. And honestly, if we're just all going to be honest with ourselves, it's not something that we really look forward to doing. It's something that we have to do if it's something that you truly want. I mean, you have to build yourself up, you know, with the skills that you need, with the inner work, honestly, that you need to do. And part of that is, you know, facing your fears, facing your fear of failure, facing your anxieties, so you can get to the place inside of yourself where you can actually live out this thing. It may also require you to find the right people who can support you, who, if nothing else, they just have your back when you're feeling down on yourself, when the things that you're working on aren't really working out the way that you expected them to. And trust me, finding valuable people like that it's a game changer. Or maybe you're still trying to find the right passion or calling that you even want to start working towards. And honestly, it can leave this feeling of emptiness because you're still unfulfilled. And I mean, that's the whole reason why you're trying to work towards this fulfilling life in the first place, right? Or maybe you're still trying to find the right passion, the right thing to, just to actually work towards. And because you're not there yet, you feel unfulfilled. You feel down. You feel like you're, I don't know, wasting your time maybe. And honestly, I know what that feels like all too well. I mean, before I even started doing YouTube or really creating content, I feel like I was just adrift in the sea somewhere, really trying to figure out, where I wanted to go. I mean, I was having a midlife crisis at 25, so I don't think it can get any worse than that, man. And even now, I'm still really trying to figure things out. But I know for me and people like me, getting the overthinkers out there, we have a tendency to be upset with ourselves because we're not where we want to be yet. Like, we want to be there like instantly. And life doesn't work like that. And we get upset, we get down on ourselves, we think that we're a failure because we're not winning enough, I guess. And honestly, your drive and passion can only get you so far. Before you start to feel that burnout and that exhaustion. Because again, you're working so hard towards this end goal. But in all honesty, the goal itself is never going to be fulfilling, never going to be satisfying for you, because honestly, it's just like another box check, right? And you feel that momentary satisfaction that you accomplished something, but then now you're just sitting there like, now what? What do I do now? Or maybe that goal seems so far off that you feel like that you're never going to get there. And so you just work hard, grind. And now you're just in this perpetual loop of grinding, and you get a little bit of success, you feel satisfied, but now you want more. And then you start getting burned out because you're working so hard, and it just keeps going over and over. So how do you fix it? How do you get out of this thing? So because you want to ultimately have a super fulfilling life that you just wake up in the best of moods every day in a perfect world, right? In a perfect world, we never have bad days, and you just enjoy every single moment of every single day. So how do you fix it? How do you get out of this cycle of burnout and feeling frustrated and unfulfilled? What do you do in the meantime, in the in-between time, while you're actually building this fulfilling life? Well, you just do what Akira did, and which is, honestly, it's pretty surprising when you think about it, but it's hilarious at the same time, because when he realized he didn't have to go back to work anymore, his whole worldview and perspective changed, and he began to actually enjoy the little things in life once again, the things that he actually forgot about in the midst of all of his grinding and working and all these different things. I mean, I'm talking about he able to see the colors of the sky again, right? And like literally, like in the anime, it goes from black and white to all these vibrant colors just bursting everywhere. When he realized he doesn't have to go back to work because of a zombie apocalypse. And honestly, it's so funny just to sit here and think about it once again, because how bad does your life really have to be that a zombie apocalypse actually seems like a godsend to you? I mean, during this whole thing, nothing sounded better to Akira than just sitting at home watching TV and just binge drinking all day long while people are out there getting eaten by zombies. It's baffling to me. But this is all because Akira understands that to truly have a fulfilling life, we have to learn to enjoy the little things. while you can. Because, again, I know it's super cliche to say, and I'm tired of hearing it just as much as you are, but, you got to enjoy the journey, not the destination. That just threw up a little bit in my mouth saying that. It sound like some guru. But it's true. If we don't take the time to actually enjoy the process, enjoy the things that we're trying to build, then we're never going to make it to the end because, again, constantly burned out, constantly angry, and you're constantly frustrated with yourself. So just taking a moment and just enjoy where you're at. Pat yourself on the back for how far you've actually come. Whether that's even beginning to think about it, whether that's as you actually working towards the goal, or maybe you've already reached that end goal. You're just, iterating and improving. Wherever you are, just take a moment, and pick your head up and just actually enjoy the life that you're living. But to live a life truly worth living, remember, you got to have the vision, have the drive to actually work towards the vision, and have the mindset to enjoy the little things of life along the way. And if you're looking to truly have a fulfilling life by leaving a legacy, then check out the video on the screen, and I'll see you there.